Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I wanna explain my presentation about inferring meaning from context. When you encounter an unfamiliar word, a good strategy is to infer or guess its meaning from the context. You may not always be able to infer an exact meaning, but you can often get the general meaning enough to continue reading with understanding. You can benefit from this strategy in three ways. 1. It allows you to continue reading and stay focused on the ideas in the text. 2. It helps you develop a more complete understanding of the word and the way it is used. 3. It helps you remember the word in the future. Guidelines for inferring meaning from the immediate context. 1. Analyze the way a word is used in a sentence. What part of speech it is: noun, verb, adjective, adverb, or age. 2. Look at the words that are used with it. These often help determine meaning. For example, if it is an adjective, what is the noun? If it is a verb, what is the subject? 3. Think about the topic and the meaning of the sentence. How does the word fit in? Example 1. The president's spokesman said that it was too early to comment on the outcome of the meeting. One unfortunate outcome of the elections was that both parties were weaker than before. The outcome of hospital-based treatment was clearly better than home-based treatment. Inferred meaning: the result or effect of something. The second example, dark clothes appeared and 10 minutes later everyone at the football match was completely drenched. When he pulled her out of the swimming pool, her dress was drenched and hung close to her body. Seymour screamed and sat up suddenly in bed, drenched in a cold sweat. Inferred meaning: completely wet. The third example, the stranger never said a word, but thrust a folded piece of paper into Pierre's hand. He thrust his hands into his pockets and walked slowly away. As she straightened up, she felt a sudden pain like a knife being thrust into her lower back. Inferred meaning: to pass someone or something somewhere with a sudden or violent movement. For example, never tamper with electrical fittings without first switching off the main power supply. It is illegal to add, take away, or otherwise tamper with the content of these videos. Several research assistants were accused of tampering with the results of the experiments. Inferred meaning: to change something without permission, especially in order to damage it. The last example, when the train pulled out and the crowned hand thinned, she could see a small, forlorn figure sitting on a suitcase. Drennan held on to a forlorn hope that somehow at the end of the war they would all be together again. Two forlorn trees stood out black and naked against the snow-covered fields. Inferred meaning: sad and lonely. Using context to choose a dictionary definition. If you are able to infer the general meaning of a word from the context, you can make better use of the dictionary. In fact, many words have more than one definition and you need to choose the most appropriate one. For example, the word laugh as a verb has 11 different definitions in the Lockman Advanced American Dictionary. Guidelines for, for choosing a definition in the dictionary. 1. Determine the part of speech of the announced word. This is necessary because there may be several dictionary entries for one word as different parts of speech. 2. Look at the words that are used with it. If it is a part of a frequent combination of words, the definition may be listed separately. For example, you will find separately numbered definition for sign up and sign off. The same is true of unsigned and signed unseen, both listed in a dictionary undersigned. 3. Analysis of context for clues to the general meaning of the word. 4. Think about the topic and the meaning of the sentence in which the word is found. 5. Look at the definition listed in the dictionary and choose the most appropriate one, the one that best fits the way the word is used in the sentence. Example: finally managing to run herself free, she turned and stared at him. Part of speech. Rents is verb. Definition 1. To use your strength to pull yourself away from someone who is holding you. 2. To take someone away from somewhere without their permissions. 3. To twist a joint in your body suddenly and painfully. What basic meaning do all three definitions of friends have in common? They all include the idea of a movement that causes pain, either physical or psychological. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rizqi and I'm from PBI4. So in this occasion, I'd like to explain you the page of 40 till 43. Okay, so we are going to talk about inferring the meaning of a word in paragraph. But before of that, let's find out what is the meaning of the word invert. Okay, so based on the Cambridge Dictionary, the word invert means to inform, form an opinion or guess that something is true because of the information that you have. Okay, so it means that the invert is to form an opinion or our suggestion about something because we have the information before. And then in the next slide, we can see the meaning of the word invert. I'll read it. So, what is invert? Making an inference involves using what you know to make a guess about what you don't know, or reading between the lines. Readers who make inferences use the clues in the text along with their own experiences to help them figure out what is not directly said, making the text personal and memorable. Helping students make text memorable will help them gain more personal pleasure from reading. read the text more critically, and remember and apply what they have read. And then, why is it important? Researchers have confirmed that thoughtful, active, proficient readers are metacognitive. They think about their own thinking during reading. They can identify why the meaning of the text is unclear to them and can use a variety of strategies to solve comprehension problems or deepen their understanding of the text. Okay, so in the fourth slide, we can see our topic. So we're going to talk about the inferring the meaning of a word in paragraph. So beyond the immediate context of the sentence, we can also find the clues to the meaning of the unknown word in the larger context of a whole paragraph. Okay, so we are going to suggest or give our opinion in the large of paragraph. Okay, I'll read the examples. The text is about, as the harmful effects of smoking on health have become widely known, many cities and some countries have passed laws that limit where it's allowed. In many places, smoking is no longer permitted in restaurants and bars. Owners of restaurants and bars were against the laws because they believed that their business would suffer. But that happened only in the first few months. After that, business returned to normal. The laws have also had another positive effect. Apart from making the air cleaner for everyone, more people have given up smoking altogether. Okay, after we read the text, we also get the answers, A, B, and C. The A said that, what part of speech is it? The answer is noun. And B, what words are found around it? Effects of smoking is no longer permitted. More people have given up smoking. And then C, what word or phrase could replace it? The answer is smoking. Okay, so now I'll explain why it can be happen. The A said, what part of speech is it? The answer is noun. Why is it noun? Because smoking, or we replace it with smoking, smoking is a noun. Because smoking is the act of someone that used to smoke. So smoking is a noun. And then B, what words are found around it? Effects of smoking is no longer permitted. More people have given up smoking. So we just add the words around it. So we need to focus to smoking. And then we can add some words are found around it. And then C, what word or phrase could replace it? Okay, so we need to give our opinion or suggest about the word that must be in that place. So we have so many information on this text, so we can conclude that the right words is smoking. Okay, so for the next, we have the other exercise here. So I'll read the text first. At the beginning of World War II, when the Germans moved into northern France, they searched the towns and countryside for escaping French soldiers, who were sent to prisoner of war camps in Germany. Next, they tried to zap all the guns or other arms they could find. So many people hid theirs on farms or underground. The Germans also took all the horses from farms and towns because they were needed in the army. This loss really hurt the French. This lack of gasoline made horses necessary to work the farms and for transport. Not long after this, the Germans zapped radios as well, so that people could not listen to the foreign news reports. Okay, so now we are going to answer the question first. Then before I answer the first question, I think that we need to answer the last question first. Okay, so the question is, what word or phrase could replace it? Okay, so we need to focus in the underline words, which is the word is zapped. So I think that we need to replace it with take. Okay, so it's gonna be like this. Next, they tried to take all the guns or other arms they could find. True, many people hide theirs on farms or underground. And then, not long after this, the Germans take radios as well. Okay, if we already know the answer, we're gonna answer the first question. What part of speech is it? So as we know, take is a verb. So the answer. Okay, so for the second question is, what words are found around it? Okay, so the answer is tried to zap. And then the Germans zap. Okay, I think that's all. I'm so sorry if I have so many mistakes. Thank you for your attention.
My name is Riska Amanda. I am from English Education 4 and I will to explain about using the large context to infer meaning, good lines for using the large context to infer meaning, and mood parts. And first, I will to explain about using the large context to infer meaning. Sometimes you cannot infer the meaning of an unfamiliar word by using just the sentence or paragraph in which it appears. You need to read more of the surrounding text to look for clues to its meaning. Good lines for using the large context to infer meaning. 1. Determine the part of speech. So we have to determine the first part of the speech. Look at the words that are used with it, and we also have to see what words are used. Think about the meaning of the sentence and the topics of the passage. And so we have to look at the meaning of this and the topics of its passage. Notice if the word is repeated elsewhere in the passage or if the writer has used an synonyms or words with the same meaning or antonyms opposites. So we must also pay attention to whether the sentence is repeated or not. Look for an explanation or definition of the word somewhere else in the passage, or especially in a textbook. Infer an approximate meaning of the word, so after that deduce from the word. Read the sentence with your meaning instead of the original word. Does it make sense? If not, check step 1 until 5 again or look in a dictionary. And the next, unit 4, word parts. In this unit, you will learn the important strategy of analyzing the parts of a word for information about its meaning. Many words in English can be broken down into several parts. When you know the meaning and function of some common word parts, you can guess the meaning of some new words. Remember the meaning of new words better. Increase the number of words you know. Words in English can have three parts: a root, a prefix, and a suffix. The root of word contains the basic meaning. Example, unhappy, and another example such as well. A prefix is a letter or group of letters that is added before the root to change its meaning. Example, un, not plus happy become unhappy or not happy. And another example, un or not plus well become unwell or not well. And the next, a suffix is a letter or group of letters that is added after the root to change its grammatical, functional, or note that when suffixes are ended, the spelling of the root may change. Example, happy, adjective plus ness, become happiness, noun. And another example, good, adjective plus ness become goodness, noun. Many words are combination of this part. Example, create plus if become creative, and plus brick plus able become unbreakable, it plus logic plus all become illogical.